Everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. In our Soviets campaign, Italy is claiming Yugoslavia. That's not important to us. So in our current situation, we have 187 units, which, as the Soviets, for those of you who don't know, you might think, oh, 187, that might not be too bad. Germany has a potential of 270. We, the Soviets, were supposed to be ginormous and threatening and have a huge amount of men. We don't even have that much manpower. This is my first campaign of this, and I didn't have really any experience with Hearts of Iron 3. So you have to excuse the fact that I'm not very good at this game. The whole point of this was a let's learn, and if we lose, then that is absolutely okay. That is fine by me. I will live. It is fine. This is the Eastern theater, I think. Let me rename that so I know. Eastern Front. Right. So, are we going to beat Germany? Probably not. They are at war with the Allies and whatnot. Italy hasn't actually joined it, surprisingly enough. They haven't joined that war. I don't really think we can beat Germany. These guys, they should all be... They should all be moving to that front there. I think I accidentally joined them all. That's fine. Regardless. So yeah, I don't expect us to win this. I thought we might have been able to win the campaign just because being the Soviets, you're sort of a lot stronger. But considering our current position, we're not doing too well. We need service by requirement because we are like almost out of manpower. Or we are very low, and especially considering we're the Soviets, we should have a lot more. So, pretty bad on our behalf. Not to mention how many planes they're probably going to have. Yeah, they've got a lot of planes. I don't think we've got a decent amount, but I can't imagine how many of them are actually fighters. So I have been playing off camera, trying to learn how to play the game. Looks like Netherlands has fallen. So Germany's doing work. They are pretty scary this time around. I'm not sure if they're always this strong, but I mean, France is almost as much men as us, so pretty embarrassing on our part. But that's okay. Imagine they've got low supplies. The infrastructure around here is probably really bad. That's understandable. We can add this front line here with Hungary, and we can get a bunch of units to go protect that border. Actually, we might even grab a bit more. It's just these guys up here that are taking all the casualties. We'll move them down there. Just to spread it out, because I do think Hungary will most likely join the Axis, just because of the fact that they're mostly fascist, 54%, and they're already sending volunteers to Germany and whatnot, so I figured they'll probably do that. We do need some tungsten. As I said, I have been playing off camera, and I was playing as Germany. That campaign was going okay, although my air force was just trash by everyone else, so trying to, take over France has not been easy. Do we want to get extensive conscription, or do we just save up for service by requirement? I think we save up for this. Yeah, I think that's what we need. So we do need some political power saved up for that, but we're gonna have to wait. Japanese diplomats in Berlin, Luxembourg has joined the Allies. I can't imagine they're gonna last too long. Belgium is now going down through it. I also wonder why they joined the Allies, because they just end up getting attacked and then pushed over, and then France loses because of it, which is kind of interesting. So historically, it doesn't actually make too much sense for them to do that, but that's what they did. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell them otherwise. So that is that. I mean, if we attack them now, well, they've got like a lot of forces over in France and I suppose just Western Europe. There's a chance we could like push through and attack them, but there still is a lot we're gonna go through to get all this. Claim on Bessarabia. Okay. So we completed all that? Does not have National Spirit officers purged. A little confused by that, to be honest. Because I would just like to go to war with Germany. I mean, we can fabricate a claim on them. The pact is in effect. So how do we get rid of that? How do we break the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact? It's effective until 1941, so we're gonna have to wait for that anyway. What do we want to do? National Spirit militarized schools. What else do we need for this? Does not have National Spirit officers purged. So how do we get rid of that? Officers purged. We were moved 17th of February 1942. So that's when we're going to be able to declare war. So building up to that. I'm not sure exactly what else we want here. Anything that helps with our army. Construction speed could be good. Just so we can maybe get some more military factories and units out. Oh, there we go. Lessons of war. This is what we need. So we'll get that. In terms of our constructions and buildings here, we get an infrastructure, which is fine, and then building up a bunch of military factories. All around there. So that's okay. Production is still horrendous. We needed so many more military factories. We need so many rifles. Artillery is actually done. We can put it to that. We'll unpause it just to make sure that's still going. Hopefully we won't need that much artillery. More anti-tanks would be nice. We are producing a few heavy tanks. We can do it like that for now. There we go, because we do need a lot of rifles. We need 12,000, and we want to have that done by next year, roughly. Unfulfilled import requests. That's okay. Low manpower is an issue. Would be nice to get some more political power. By the time war breaks out, I think we should be able to get service by requirement. Yeah, so like as Germany, it's very interesting because you do get a political power minus 30. That's really bad, actually. I really need that political power, but yeah, as Germany, it's really interesting because you can like get all of these laws and research and military stuff all done. Maybe it's just because I was playing slightly better. I can't imagine that made too much of a difference, but the point still stands. A lot of these planes we can send over here to prepare for the fight against the Germans. Naval mission efficiency, not too interested in. Naval doctrines, not going to be too useful. That is a bit far ahead for us at the moment. Engineering would be good to get some radar stations. Encryption, decryption. Research time reduced. Yeah, that's good, I guess. Probably by the time we actually get into the war with Germany, it's not like that will be roughly how long it is. So it's probably not too useful in that sense, but I really like getting the sort of passive buffs, like, you know, reduce research speed and whatnot. We do need to create a front here with Germany and Italy, because they are a part of the Axis, are they not? Yes, okay, so we need a lot more units to cover that border. I think we'll be able to hold the line here, so it'd be good if we can just push through, say, Hungary. Free military factories, okay. Get more artillery, get more research as well. Support weapons, I think that's good. Anything that buffs our units I think is going to be really useful for us. What are you complaining about? Okay. Okay. So we can go beat the crap out of, I think that's Bulgaria? That's where I know those provinces are. We are going to get human wave here, which is really useful. Oh, I think it was against, yeah, Bulgaria. So we can go kill them. It doesn't really get too much for us. I'm not going to worry about it for now. I don't think we can afford to do a war against them. I mean, I know they're tiny, and that's fine. But yeah, we'll have to see. It would be nice. Where are all our tanks? There's some guys here. Good to them. It'd be good to get tanks down the south here, just so they can do like a really strong push through up to Berlin. That would be the plan. Maybe like, I don't think we'd be able to do it, but get a huge encirclement all around like where Poland was basically. That would be really nice. I don't expect us to be able to do it, but it would be cool. China capitulated, so Japan's pretty damn scary at this point. We're gonna have to go to war with them because they are part of the Axis, so that will be annoying. I mean, all these units around here, I don't think we really need them. We can well, we can move them over to our the Soviet Theater 2 here. Oh god, what have I done? No! Okay, this 30, they're gonna be there. I just want these 4 divisions. These 4. I want to move, and I want to move them over to here. Right click to assign army to the current theater. That is not what I wanted to do. I don't know why, but I think it's selecting all 30 here. I think if we create these guys into a new army, there we go. That's what we wanted, and we'll move them over to this theater, and we will assign them to here. National focus was complete. What else will be good for us? Nukes, potentially. Nukes could be good. There's nothing too much else here that really helps with our armies. We could go attack Greece as well if we wanted to. Production speed, research time. Yeah, there's not too much else that we need. Let's go controlled. Okay. We'll get this. It'd be good to help defend against the Japanese. We're starting to get all our rifles in. We're going to need more tank production. We're actually starting to fill out these orders now, which is really good. I guess a bit of peacetime is all we needed. That's good for us. In terms of plans here, we're going to draw an offensive line. These guys I want to push to Berlin. Yeah, okay. Right. You know what I need to do? I need to create different armies for all that. So these brave men down here, how many do I have selected? Apparently all of them. Put them into a new army. We'll give them a leader. We'll give them this field marshal. We'll get all of these units here. Assign to him, and right, we need a front line first. So do it there. We'll get this front line here, and then the offensive line. We're gonna draw just like rush to Berlin, basically. That's gonna be that game plan. For you, we can delete the order of no divisions there and no divisions there. I want these guys to just hold this border here. We can get more research, so we just finished the tanks. I don't think we can get any more at the moment. Well, we could actually, because of the pact that we have with Germany. I don't know if that will stick around while we're at war with them, but it could. I think we do want more fighters. China's gone. So there we have it, a giant Japan. I almost said a giant Japanese, but that is definitely not correct at all. So that's your plan, which is good. Your plan... Also going to have an offensive line, but probably just to get... Is this Danzig up here? Yeah. We want Danzig, so we'll push up. Probably... Get rid of that. We'll get Danzig, and then we'll hide behind the river. Push up to there for now. And then afterwards we'll see if we can push up to get Warsaw. We do need more heavy tanks. It might not be a bad idea to go update our plans and whatnot, our unit divisions, but I think the upgrades are going to take too long, and I think war is soon. We can see actually when it will end, June 1941. So I mean, we could upgrade them, but I am just a little bit worried about doing that. So I don't know, like it says heavy tanks, but I'm not sure if it's the better heavy tanks that we automatically get here. That's what I'm concerned about. Yeah, so I don't actually know if we're getting that. Production, I think, is mostly fine. Our ships, if we've gotten it, we want to get them all together. Oh, there goes Denmark. It's all really starting to come down here. And there goes Norway. So perhaps we do need a border against the Finns up here, because if the Germans do push too hard and then we've got a border up here that we need to defend, that's what we'll do. We'll add a front line up here, and if we can drop in any more of these units at the moment, so these guys here, that's actually quite a few of them. We'll get all of the infantry around here. So these 10 units, assign them to this theatre, and they're going to hold the Finnish line. As for the rest of the units around here, all the motorized and the tanks, we will assign them to the army as usual. Actually, we will assign them to this army, and we're going to put them up down on this border here, because we want them to rush in and take out, or at least rush into Berlin, like the heart of Germany. What else would we like? Anti-capitalist, I'm not gonna bother with. I don't think that's something we can do. I mean, I don't think we're gonna be able to take out Germany, let alone the Allies, so maybe not such a good idea to go attack them. More heavy tank production, it's good. Low supplies. Alright, so we run out of supplies if we move forward, but that's okay. We're gonna move up to there. How are their armies looking? They're still getting up there. I think if France still like manages to hold up here, then I think we'll have a good chance of taking out Germany. Because France is holding out for a really long time here, and that's all we can ask from them. Because if they've got a lot of units defending the French border, and we can rush in here, they're gonna have to defend it, and so they might pull troops away from France, who then could push back against Germany. I do have to keep in mind Italy. It could be good to go try and rush them down, but I don't think we'd be able to. They also have a lot of men. I'm kind of just hoping Yugoslavia will be able to hold them off for a little bit. Probably not. But I think if we take down Germany, then the Axis will fall. That's the battle plan here. Will it work? Most likely not. If it did, I would be very surprised, to be completely honest. Switzerland joined the Allies. That's new. And also kind of bad, because that could mean that they are more susceptible, or France will be more susceptible to a German attack. Could get more air doctrines, just while we're waiting, got some stuff to research. But Switzerland, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have imagined he would be too useful in this scenario. They're not the best idea on his behalf. There's some free civilian factories, so that's pretty good. We're actually sort of turning out a bit of like decent production here, which is really good for us. We get a bunch more military factories. it'd be good to get some more infrastructure along here, I think. We'll actually move that up to the top, because that infrastructure I think is probably going to be the most important. For a little bit at least. We have more free military factories. Rifles will all get eventually. We are going to have to like keep increasing probably the artillery production as soon as we get into war, because we're going to get a lot of losses through that. So I feel like we can change this line just a little bit. We'll get the offensive line. So we want to take Berlin. What is this? Stettin? Like Berlin. Yeah, it's just Berlin that we want. We can like hold a point like that. Especially like that. We'll take Vienna, go up through Prague. Yeah, just like that. Straight for Berlin. Not gonna worry about getting all the major cities. Just straight for Berlin. That's the plan. Probably won't work, to be honest. And I'm a little worried about this not expiring quick enough. I mean, it's gonna be a whole nother year until we can fight them. Which is still like a really long time. Granted, we can probably produce a lot more units here. Put them to there, and we'll put them onto this line. So more infrastructure around here would be good, because we do have a lot of units around here. Although more around here is probably a good idea because of the threat of Italy. But Belgium's gone. So I can't imagine France is going to stick around too much longer. The plan is declared war on the Netherlands, so that's that. The United Kingdom is doing some good naval landings here. They've landed in Italy and northern Germany up here, around Hanover, I think that is. No, not quite. I was close-ish, I think. I think Hanover is here. Well, I guess that's the province. Yeah, so I was the right idea. I think we do want more units for the Italian border, because getting Italy out of the way will be really good for us. It will like create a nice landing point for the Allies. This army here, let's edit this, because I think adding in Warsaw is probably a good idea. How the... That was really weird. Let me move the arrow there. I'm a little confused how this edit mode works. I'm still learning. You always gotta cut me some slack. Lenin Trotsky is dead. That's pretty cool. Construction speed, not too useful. Good man, Eastern Poland, not quite actually. I think we go for militarized schools. That's fine. More of these, so more tanks. We do need a lot more tank production. Yep, France is starting to fall, which is really bad. If they were able to hold out for a couple more months, then it would have been a lot better, but that is not a good sight. They did well. I think they did really well. But they couldn't quite do it. We have 420 political power, so service by requirement. So 400,000 men to 13 million. That is fantastic. I love that. That is an absolute joy to see. Right. These units here, we will equip to them, and we will set them up on this border here. I imagine the Yugoslavs will get to Albania and Zara. Okay. So that will be important ports for us to get with the Allies. Right, so we can't actually really do anything to fight them, or to ally with them, sorry, with the Allies. And nationalist Spain as well, that's a big issue. I mean, there's a lot of work for the Allies to put in. USA hasn't joined yet, have they? They sent volunteers. Is there any way you can see their neutrality? Unknown focus, because we don't know too much about them. Fall of Paris. France has capitulated. So, there we go. That's kind of scary. I'm really scared of the Germans, but I think it's time for some atomic research. Is that if we're gonna need anything, it's gonna be that. More tanks. Could get the T60. Edge Octane we're already getting. I think even get some carriers. That's probably something that we really should have got. Getting naval dockyards as well would have been useful, just to deal with sort of Baltic Sea around here. Rudolf Hess. I have no idea who that man is, but apparently he was important. This is our navy here. It's pretty pathetic, especially if you compare it to the Germans. Yeah, about 200. We've got, how much was it? 40. So pretty darn pathetic. We can get, yes. We'll get you for now. I mean, you're just gonna sit there. It's not gonna have too much of an effect anyway. We do want full war economy. There we go. Gibraltar has fallen. So there goes that British hold. This campaign would have been so much easier if I had Republican Spain, but funnily enough, when I was playing as Germany, it was Republican Spain that won, which is kind of annoying. Cairo's fallen as well. This is a scary axis. Well, we'll end the episode there. It's a scary war. It really is. They've got a lot of units, but we're getting there. We're starting to catch up now. We're starting to hit our strong point. So hopefully we can do this. For them, it doesn't matter how untrained they are. We just want men. That's all that matters. Add some more units to these heavy tanks, because that's really what we want. So yeah, we need more equipment for the tanks. We'll have to sort that out next episode. For now, we're going to end it, and I will see you next time.